Hello people, DarthMaskar here, and this is DarthMaskar Plays Dueling Network again. I know I made a video about this already before, but I have made some new adjustments, so I just wanted to go through them. Sorry if I hear some sniffling, that I do have a cold. It has been insufferable, but I'm doing okay. Now, anyways, before I showed you my Infernity deck, my Final Countdown deck, my Lockdown deck, and one more deck. Oh, yeah, my Frognark deck, I think. Yes. Well, now I have more decks, and I have some improved versions of this deck. Now, I'm gonna for all the decks I've already shown you, I'm just going to show you the changes I made. Now, for this deck, I've added one monster. I've added Destiny Hero Dasher. Now, the reason I added this monster is because if it's in your grave and you draw a monster, you can automatically reveal the monster to summon it. And I think that's good for where if I have like a monster in my hand and I need to get like a spell or trap, or need to draw a spell or trap, if I draw another monster, I'm stuck. Unless I play Dasher to get it out of my hand. So basically Dasher is just another way to get it out of my hand. It can be grabbed with Rhoda, and I can also discard Dasher to special summon Dark Greffer, since he's a level 5 or higher Dark. This did mean I have to make my deck 41, but I think it's not that bad. Now, anyways, my next change is to my Final Countdown deck. Since Pot of Duality is now at 2, I did have to make a change there. I took out a Pot of Duality and threw in a Swords. And plus, I think I had 3 Thunder Rulers. I'm not exactly sure. But I took out a Thunder Ruler and put in a Transmigration Prophecy. And also, I don't exactly remember what I used to have in here, but I did throw in a second Gold Sarcophagus. Now, you already explained what Gold Sarcophagus is. Transmigration Prophecy, you target 2 cards in your grave and send them back in the deck. That's really good. Say, I want to put One Day of Peace back in my deck, or Pot of Duality back in my deck, or any of my stall cards back in my deck. Basically, just to help me get more stall, and to help against stinking milling out. Also, I threw in some more cards for my set deck. I don't know how many I showed you before. I have Hainwada, Prime Material Dragon, Damage Eater, Hallowed Life Barrier, Pikaru's Circle of Enchantment, 1 MST, and then 3 Winkribos. And then I still have Galaxy Queen for my extra deck. Now, for my Frognarks, this time I have 3 monsters. I have 3 Rodent Totem, which are really, really good in this deck, because I can just use them for Swap Frog, and I can easily get out Gachi Gachi. So it's just amazing. Plus, I threw in a Sea Lancer, and Sea Lancer will help me recycle the Rodent Totems pretty easily back into my graveyard. Plus, he's just an overall good card. So, yeah. I don't know if I changed anything else. Oh, plus I got a Dark Mist. So, I can use Dark Mist for my guys, just in case. Now, I got rid of the Lockdown deck completely. So, now I have 4 more decks in its place. Yes, I have a lot of decks now. Now, the other deck that I have is a Jorok deck. Now, I originally made this for my brother, and technically he still counts it as his, but since I put the deck together, I count it as mine. And I've made some changes. I have 3 Jorok Velos, 3 Guivas, 3 Aeolos. I have 1 Super Agent Dino Beast, which I think is a good choice, 2 Golems, 2 Heras, 2 Storikos, 2 Monoloths, 2 Dino, and then 2 Dinos for my monsters, and that's my monsters deck. For the spell and traps, I have 2 Solidarities, 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Molten Destruction, 2 Fossil Digs, Monster Reborn, 1 for 1, My Body is a Shield, Dark Hole, and MST. And then for the traps, I have Solemn Judgment, 3 Call of the Haunteds, 2 Fossil Excavations, 2 Mirror Forces, and a Torrential Tribute. I don't have a side deck for this. And for my extra deck, I have 1 Velfido, 2 Giganotos, and 2 Meteors. Oh my god. That was a problem before. And then I have the newer addition to this deck is the Xyz. I have Evolzar Dolka, I have 3 Dolkas, I have 2 Logias, and then I have 1 Solda. So, these are very good additions to the deck. And the entire deck, I think, it's not that bad. It definitely gets out Giganoto very fast and makes him extremely powerful. Another deck I have is my Heretic deck. Now, the deck does not depend on the OTK. It just depends on spamming bunches of dragons really, really quickly. So here we go. I have... Did I not make the changes for the deck? I did not. I must have not saved it. Oops, I'm sorry. My apologies. Where is it? There we go. Save. There we go. Derp. Anyway, I have 2 Watt-tail dragons. I have 2 Blue Eyes White dragons. 3 Alexandrite dragons. 1 Heretic Seal Sun Dragon Overlord. I have 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I would have more in there, but since the ban list recently came out and it's reduced it down to 1, I can't do that anymore. Now I have 3 Tefnuits, 2 Sus, 1 Est, and 1 Gebev. I don't throw in any Nephthets, the 5 one, because I would rather have 6s so I can go for Autumn faster. I have 1 Reborn, 1 Solidarity. I throw in Burst Stream of Destruction just because I have the Blue Eyes in here, and I figure if I can get the deck lets me pull out Blue Eyes very, very easily, so Burst Stream of Destruction actually isn't that bad. I have 2 Convocations, 1 Sanctuary, 2 Enemy Controllers, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Fissure, 1 Smashing Ground, and 1 Galaxy Queen's Light. Now for the trap cards, I have Mirror Force, 2 Call the Haunteds, 2 Dimensional Prisms, 1 Dark Bribe, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, 1 Solid Judgment, and 1 Exceed Soul. Don't have a side deck. After the extra check, I have 2 Utopias, 1 Photon Butterfly Thingy, 2 Gemnite Pearls, 3 Autumns. These are pretty much the only proxy cards I actually have. I don't have all 3 Autumns and 3 Heliopolis. I have 1 Autumn, but I don't have these 2. And I don't have any Heliopolis yet. You are not supposed to be out of order. Man, I'm just like screwed up everywhere, haven't I? Yeah. 3 Autumns, 3 Heliopolis, 1 Neo Galaxy Eyes, and then 1 Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. The only way I'm able to get Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer out is by having Red Eyes Darkness Metal, bringing out 2 other monsters, and then playing Galaxy Queen's Light, so I'm able to bring this thing out. And then it's just for lulz. Alright, anyways, make sure I save, so this doesn't happen again. Now, my last deck is Gallus OTK. I know I said last because this one I'm giving to a friend, but I'm going to go through that anyway. Alright, here's my other deck. I have a Gallus the Star Beast OTK. Now, it involves 3 Gallus the Star Beast, 3 Quackimero Doom, and 3 Birdman. Now, the way it works is you summon Quackimero Doom, and then you use Gallus' effect, where you reveal him, and then mill the top card off your deck, and if it's a monster, your opponent takes damage equal to that monster's attack points times level times 200, and then he special summons. And then you bounce Birdman back to your hand, bounce Starbeast back to your hand with Birdman's effect, and since Doom's effect is active, Birdman cannot be special summoned, and then the loop continues. Because Doom, he negates the effects of all light and dark monsters while that activate during the main phase. Since the bouncing to the hand is the cost of the effect, Gallus still gets bounced, but Birdman does not get special summoned, so you can continue to do this as many times as you want, as long as you draw monsters. And I've designed the deck so the only thing in the deck are monsters, so you're never going to run out of the effect. Unfortunately, this means that you have to only use monsters in the deck, which means no spells or traps to defend you. So you need to have a lot of hand protection. And some of the cards used for protection are Gores and 2 Tragodias. I use Treeborn Frog. I use 2 Swift Scarecrows. I use 3 Necro Gardenas and 2 Marshmallows and 1 Spirit Reaper to defend myself. However, there has to be other ways to win the deck besides just using the Gallus OTK, so I depend on searching out either 2 things. 1, I have monsters used to search out the OTK, and monsters just to beat people's face in. So, the monsters I have to search are Vortex Trooper, Sandgan, Gen X Neutron, Kawakimero Boulder. I use Card Trooper, Max C, and Max C. I actually do have all these cards I have in real life, so I really do have a Max C, so it's really nice. And I also have cards just to beat people's face in, which could be Gores, Tragodia. I have the Tricky for a very quick 2000 monster. I have Monarchs, which are my specialty, obviously. Mobius, Caius, and 2 Rises. I have Dark Samorg, which I think is a really good decision, since it keeps your opponent from setting anything, so your big beat sticks will get through. They can't use they can't use trap cards on you. They can't place any defense position monsters unless they special summon, so I think Dark Samorg is a very good idea. I have BLS. I have the Supremacy Sun, not really sure why, I just kind of do, and then I have Medion. So, yeah, Medion is just a card I just got recently, so should be good. Should be good. And then for the AC deck, I just don't have much because the only tuner I have in the deck are 3 Birdmans, and if I get any extras, I'll just do a Synchro Summon. For 2 Colossal Fighters, just for the fact that if Colossal Fighter is killed, you get to bring out a Warrior monster from either one of your graves. Yep. So, and this includes himself, so you can just keep having himself come back infinitely, which is amazing. I have Thought Ruler Archfiend, just because I can. Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Archfiend, and Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. And then I just have Leviathan Dragon Utopia. Make sure that's saved. And then for the deck I've most recently made, Agent Fairies. Now I made this for one of my friends, and I'm most likely going to be giving it to them, so I won't have this deck soon. But here we go. I have 1 Archlord Christia, obvious awesomeness. 2 Aladdin. I figured why not give it a try. Can't get my hands on another Christia, so we'll go for 2 Aladdin for now. I threw in 2 Light Ray Sorcerers because Master Hyperion loves to banish the fairies, so I can use Light Ray Sorcerer to get an instant banish and throw the fairies back into my deck. So I figured this would be a good idea. I have 1 Sangan, 2 Agent Mystery Earths, 2 Shine Balls. It's not really good to use 3 because you don't need 3 to bring out Gachi Gachi, so 3 becomes a dead draw. So I stick it at 2. I use 1 Gores, 1 Honest, obviously. I had used 3 Hyperions, no duh, because Hyperion is pretty much needed in an agent deck. And then I use 3 Venuses. Venus is amazing, brings out your Shine Balls, you get an instant Gachi Gachi, and he becomes 2,000 attack. So if you get this your first turn, you automatically get a Gachi Gachi, you automatically get a monster with 2,000 attack power. So it's nice. I run 3 Thunder Kings just for power and lockdown purposes. So that's really good. I have 1 Marshmallow, and then I have 1 Jupiter. I just have Jupiter in there for more power and special summoning and just another agent. I run Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, 3 MSTs. I run 1 Pot of Duality in this deck, and then Sanctuary in the Sky, obviously. Burial from a Different Dimension, and Dark Hole. I use Burial from the Different Dimension and the Light Ray Sorcerers to better control the Banish Zone, because I don't just want stuff piling up there and not being able to use it for Hyperion or whatever. So if I banish something with 1 guy, I don't have enough, or if I need to exactly control my grave to bring out Christia, I just add a specific amount back into the grave. Alright, for traps, I have Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 of them. I have Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, 2 Torrential Tributes, 1 Call of the Haunted, and 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device. No side deck again, and for the extra deck, I have X-Saber Wayne. Wait, it wasn't saved. Darn it! I don't have a Stardust Dragon in this deck. Stop it. Oh wait, do I? Or was it the other deck? Oh, I do have a Stardust Dragon. Whoops, my mistake. Sorry, Stardust Dragon, there you go. Alright, yes, I have X-Saber Wayne, Gaia Knight the Force of Earth, Scrap Archfiend, Stardust Dragon, Light End Dragon, LAF Justice Field Marshal, and LAF Justice Decisive Armor. And then for XCs, I have Gachi Gachi, Laval Ignis, Mellow Melody, the Brass Djinn, Mezu Rhythm, the String Djinn, oh my god, Acid Golem, Gemini Pearl, the Utopia, and then the Photon Butterfly thing. So, I think this is good. Now, if anyone has any suggestions on how to improve the deck, I'm currently looking for a new deck build to work on. I don't want to make one of the very, very new ones, so I don't want to make Madolches or Geargias or anything. Half of me is wanting to make, some gear thingy, I don't know why, but I did just get a Geargia. Let's see if I can find it. I did just recently today get a Gear Gigant X. I pulled it, which is amazing. I don't know if I want to just trade it off from awesome stuff, sell it, or try to make a deck with it. So, yeah. I hope that things go well there. I don't know if I want to use the Geargant or I want to just make a different deck to build all entirely. So if anyone has any suggestions on what deck build I should do, let me know. Just PM me or make a comment in this video. Alright, so just leave your comments, rate, subscribe, and enjoy, of course. This is another thing of DarthMaskar, and I will see you later. I hope I get better by the next time I record, alright? See you guys!